Practice packet, lesson 8.10, area of compound shapes. We're on page number 18 here. We're going to split these up. You're finding the shape, area of the shape by breaking it down into other shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and break this into a triangle and a rectangle, it looks like. So this is 7 by 10. So area is length times width. So area is equal to 7 times 10, which is going to be 70 here. For my triangle, area is 1/2 times the base times the height. The base goes all the way across here, which is 7, but I also have 2 and 2. So my base is 11. This whole entire height here is 14. 10 gets taken up here, leaving me my height of 4 for the triangle. So 1/2 times 11 times 4 is 22. So I have my rectangle, plus my triangle. So the rectangle is equal to 70 and the triangle is equal to 22. So adding those two together, I get 92 square inches. For the next one, pretty similar idea here. We're going to split it up with the triangle. Base goes all the way across, which is 12. The height, it tells me here, is 6, which is right down here. So for this one, area, it's actually a square, 12 times 12. So we get s squared. So we have 12 squared, which is going to give me 144. And for my triangle, I'm 1/2 times base times height. So my base is 12 and my height is 6. So area is going to be 36. So area is your square plus that triangle. Square was 144. Triangle was 36. So my area is going to be equal to 180 square meters for this one. Question number 3. I'm going to chop off this side here, which looks to be a trapezoid. It looks like this is going to be 12 across. It looks like this is a square. So I'm going to just do that quick. Side squared, 12 squared. So area is 144. My trapezoid, this side's 12, this side's 5. I still need a height for my trapezoid. The side of the square is 12, which goes up to here, but the whole thing is 8, which leaves me 6 feet for my height here. Area of the trapezoid, remember this is a little bit more complicated. 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. So 1/2 times 6, and then in parentheses 12 plus 5. So that is going to give me 3 times 17, which will be 51 for this. So overall area, I have my square plus, I'm just going to draw it right way up. So square is 144, trapezoid is 51. My area is going to be 195 square feet. For this one down here, I can either chop off this whole rectangle across the bottom, or I can just take off this little piece right here. I'm just going to take off this little piece right here instead. So for this big one, I have 12 by 18. So length times width, 12 times 18, which is going to be 216. And for this little guy over here, the whole side is 18. This is 12, leaving me with 6 right here. So when I do area, it's length times width, and it's going to be 2 times 6. So this one's going to be 12. So my area, I did the big rectangle plus the little rectangle. So the big will be 216, and the small one's going to be 12. Adding those two together, I get 228 square yards. Question 5, the figure on the right is made up of 2 rectangles. Find the area of the figure. So first thing, that's the first piece. So noticing the area, this has length and width. So I'm going to draw area equals length times width, 7 times 18, which will give me 126. Down here, area is length times width. So I have 21 times 7, which is going to be 147. So for part A, my area is the big rectangle plus the sideways one, 126 plus 147, which will give me a total area of 273 centimeters squared. For part B, I'm trying to find my perimeter. So I'm going to go around the edges. This side is 7. This side would be 18. This little part here is 7. This side right here is 7. Across the bottom is 21. Up the side here is 7. This little part here is also going to be 7 because this piece is 7. So they all have to be 7. And up this side right here is going to be 18. So for my perimeter, I have 7 plus 18 plus 7 plus 7 plus 21 plus 7 plus 7 plus 18 for a grand total of 92 centimeters here for question number 5. And finally, question number 6, we're finding perimeter and area again. So looking at this one, the top part is 6. So that means this bottom part is also going to be 6. So if you want to chop these here, this side is 6, that's 6. And over here, that'll be the same thing. This side is going to be 6. This whole entire side is 12 inches, thinking ahead for my perimeter. The hole across the bottom is 24. Notice that's split into 3 here, which means each of these spots up here is 8 inches. So I am going to find my perimeter first for part A. So if I want to kind of be tricky, I could just take that 24 from the top. Plus I have those 2 extra 6 parts. I have 12 on both edges, left and right, and then another 24 across the bottom then. So my perimeter I got 84 inches for the perimeter here. And for part B, I want to find my area. So I'm going to do the long rectangle across the bottom plus the chunkier squares across the top. So on the bottom, this is length times width, 6 times 24, which will give me 144. This is length times width, which will be 8 times 6, which will be 48. This is going to be the same thing, 8 times 6, which is 48. So I have 144 plus 48 plus 48. That'll give me a total of 240 square inches for this irregular shape then. And that wraps it up for lesson 8.10.